Hey Libra, how's it going? Long time no speak, folks. Well, here we are. We're almost at February, and I'm here with an apology to begin with. Excuse me. An apology for being absent for quite a while. I've had, on top of my day job, I've had a lot of New Year readings to do, so I've had to focus on them, and therefore my YouTube channel has fallen way behind, so I do apologise for that. However, I'm here now, and you know, really nice that you can join me, so thank you for that, and welcome any new people. The more the merrier, and everybody welcome. And with that being said, for those who don't know, I meditate and take the jumpers from the cards before I start recording, because sometimes it takes quite a while and I don't want to bore you with the process. Right, so having said that, the cards are laid out. I'm just going to pick up the Wisdom Oracle deck now and see if we can't frame this reading. The general consensus at the moment is the majority of readings I've done today and yesterday, there's a massive learning curve going on. There are people learning new things, changing lives, and of course under the current climate and circumstances that we're all living in, it's really no wonder. So a bit of that coming in your read as well, but let's get the Wisdom Oracle and then we'll start on the spread that's on the table here. I hope you're all well and you're not too angsty in lockdown. It's really difficult second time round, isn't it? It sort of seems like a bit of a novelty last year, but you know, now that it's come again, it's like, really? Again? What do we do now? It's like we've exhausted all our, you know, busying ourselves. What can we do to occupy our minds? But you know, there's more soul searching. It has pointed towards, you know, getting to know ourselves a bit better in this last year and the beginning of this year. So not necessarily a bad thing. You know, just air out the skeletons in the closet, if that's the right turn of phrase. Not skeletons, but really take a good hard long look at ourselves and see how we're living. If we want to continue living like that, whether we want to make changes or not. But hey, and sorry guys, and this is precisely why I do the shuffle of the cards before I start recording. But so bear with me, I do want you to have a Wisdom Oracle, so I'm going to persist until one falls out. There's one poking out there, so I feel inclined to take that. It says time to go. Does that mean anything to any of you? I'm going to say as a general read, it won't resonate with all, so do take the bits that resonate with you and take them forward and use them as stepping stones in order to improve anything around you and for you. I need another one. You know, I automatically continued shuffling. The time to go wasn't enough for me. I will say that time to go is number 45, which is reduces to a 9, so it's the end of a cycle coming here, and that coincides really well with the cards that are laying in front of me. So let's pull one more Wisdom Oracle and then we'll launch into the read. I don't know, what's the weather with you, like with you guys, or at least the guys in the UK? It's been raining all day here in London. So a bit drizzly, but a good excuse to stay home and keep warm. I don't think we've got much choice at the moment, but yeah, at least cozy up. Okay, so there's your second card, Libra. Right, so we have got never-ending story. Are you going round and round, Libra? Are you having a bit of a groundhog time at the moment? So there we go, never-ending story. I won't go in too far because it doesn't focus very well. So, February 21 reading for Libra, here we go. We've got the overarching energy of the read is the Hermit, so and that's the card on the bottom of the deck. So the Hermit, guys, as some of us know, is a retreating period. It's isolation, isn't it? You've been giving yourself space to think, and I'm not surprised because there's so much going on for everybody. And, you know, we are taking introspection. We are going within and asking ourselves, be brutally honest with ourselves. Are we doing things the way we want to? Are we working at the place we want to? Are we doing the job we want to, importantly? Does it make our soul sing? Are we happy? So, a bit of soul searching going on here. And I think time to go is very poignant to use here. You have done the soul searching. On your departing energy, you've got the 8 of discs, which are pentacles, and the 7 of cups. Now, the 8 of pentacles is telling me that you've come across a bit of a blockage. You're feeling a bit stuck, and that's why we've got the Hermit here as the overarching energy of the read. So you've had blockages, you've been feeling stuck, and you've probably gone within to sort it out. What can I do about it? How can I get through this? It could be, or it could point to many different scenarios, and as this is a general read, you apply it to the scenario that works best for you, that means something to you. So yeah, a bit stuck and a bit blocked here. But then we've got the 7 of cups that came out with it, which is about knowledge. It's about lessons learned. So I'm wondering if perhaps you've been through a bad period, perhaps you've had a bit of a blip in your corner, and you're trying to overcome it. The 7 of cups here is about, during your soul search, what have you come across? Have you come across stuff that maybe has gone, has come to pass, and you think, right, I'm not doing that like that again because it didn't work, and perhaps it left people upset, perhaps it upset you. So it's about lessons learned, and taking the lessons you've learned and moving on from this blockage, because you can't stay stuck forever. So just say to yourself, right, that happened. It wasn't great, but this is what I've learned from it. Take the lesson and move onwards. We've got the energy coming in is great. We've got the 10 of Swords, which is completion. So I'm going to say here that this period of isolation, introspection, this soul searching is coming to an end. You have learned a lesson. You are going to take the lesson and you are going to move forward. And of course, blockages and barriers, whether it be in ourselves or within our lives, they can't last forever. You have to. And certainly if you've been in isolation, you will have sorted it out internally, and that's where it starts. It starts within. So isolation is absolutely perfect here. You sort it out within yourself, and then you take it, to the outside world, and you live a better way because of the lesson you've learned. So yeah, that's all coming to a completion. So it's ending. So fear not, Libra lovelies. Yeah, really glad to see that 10 of Swords there. Now, in your challenge position, and you've got 2 cards here again, you've got the Knight of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So we've got the Knight there, and the Knight is about advancement. It's about moving forward. Bear in mind, Libra, that this is in the challenge position, and this is what it's asking you to do. And being in the challenge position means that it might not necessarily be very easy for you to do, hence it being called the challenge. So yeah, this is about advancement and moving forward and absolutely going for it. The Wands are, they signify spirit. So if you've been doing this internal work, I hope that your spirit has picked up, you have taken your lessons learned, and you are ready to move on. Even if you don't do it at bolt lightning, do it at your own pace, but do advance and do move on. We've got the King of Pentacles here, saying as you advance, let me just say, the King of Pentacles, it's a very grounded card. It's a very earthy card. This is about keeping it real, keeping it down to earth, and it's also about knowledge and expertise. So these lessons learned that you've got here on your departing energy, do take them with you on your travels, because you're going to need them as you advance. So bear in mind, you have learned lessons, and keep those lessons close to your heart, because they will help you going forward. Advice from Spirit, we have got, I'm glad to see the Lovers, and we've also got the Queen of Wands. The reason I'm glad to see the Lovers is because all these cards that we've just seen here, they're very solo, aren't they? They're very, you know, when I say about isolation and the Hermit, these first three, the energy departing, energy coming in, and the challenge, this is all very solo experience. Now bring in the Lovers, and you know, the Lovers isn't necessarily romance. It can mean several things. So we've got the Lovers here. It signifies duality and partnership, not necessarily a romantic partnership, but I think that Spirit here is saying don't do it on your own. You don't have to do it on your own. You are not alone. I mean, you are if you want to be, but that's a different story. But you know, advice from Spirit, don't do it on your own. And we've got the Queen of Wands sitting on top of the Lovers saying, go forward with patience. You're going to need patience because you've maybe had a rocky time, but go forward with the understanding that you've learned from these lessons. And with that understanding, taking that forward will bring clarity. So move forward with clarity and understanding, and don't do it on your own, Libra. So reach out, absolutely reach out to your loved ones and trusted ones. We've got in the departing position, do excuse me. I've got in the potential outcome here, we've got the Page of Swords and we've got the Three of Swords. There's a lot of swords. Yeah, there are a lot of swords in this read, actually 3 swords, and the swords signify thoughts. So it's all, you know, there's a lot of thought-based stuff going on here. And if you've got the Hermit there, it's not surprising, because obviously when we're in Hermit mode, we're in ourselves and in our minds, and yeah, and we're thinking about what to do and how to do and what the best way to do it is. So the Page of Swords is about new directions and new paths. So you've got that coming up. It means you may have a choice to make as well. And it also could be a message coming in to help you. But yeah, definitely new paths and new directions. It's a discovery of something new. So very, very exciting. It could be a new adventure of some sort. Coupled with the Three of Swords, you've got here, this card is asking you to be creative, to apply lateral thinking to the choices you make going forward and the path that you take going forward. Don't necessarily embark upon the easiest one or the one that's well known. Why not, you know, diversify, do something different, or at least if you're going to take the same path and do things the same way, be creative about it and put a new spin on it. You know, just turn it on its head a bit, so which will enable you just to refresh everything going forward. Because to me, this reading is screaming, you need newness, you need a new wind blowing at your back, you need something to propel you forward, you know. And we are in February now, March is around the corner, we've got spring on the doorstep, and spring brings the air of possibilities, doesn't it? So do stay positive. And, you know, I'm going to pick up advice from Spirit. That Queen there is saying do be patient, because perhaps it won't happen overnight for you. And you know, it all, you know, with this, it seems like you've been in a bit of a loop. It's not just a departing energy. It's something that's been hanging around for a while, like an unwanted guest. You know, stay for 2 or 3 days. It's fine. Any more than that, then you want them to go, don't you? But yeah, you've got the never-ending story. So it's like something that it's a repeating pattern. So with the Page of Swords in the outcome position, you know, if you are stuck in a repeating pattern, if you are going over the same old things over and over again, you know, perhaps don't stick to the same path with a fresh view. Perhaps diversify, take the other path, do something new in a different way. Why stay stuck in the old? Out with the old, in with the new. That's what we all want, isn't it? And to be fair, you know, the world is changing and the world is so different now. So, and we've got to change alongside with it in order to progress. So leave that story behind. This story's not serving you any longer. It may have done in the past, but it's old hat now. So there we go. It's time to go. It really is time to go and do something new. So I think a very succinct message there, actually. It's saying you need to break away, you need to break out, you need to try something different, because what you're doing and the way you're doing it, that your old habits aren't working for you any longer. So time to go and leave the never-ending story behind. Well, my Libra lovelies, I hope that meant something to you. As I mentioned before, it won't resonate with all, so take the bits that do and use them as stepping stones to propel yourself forward in the right direction. And to top it off, let's just put the cherry on the cake here. Let's give you an animal oracle card to see what the animal spirit would like you to take into February 2021 with you. Right, one more shuffle, a cut in the cards, and see what falls out. Let's cut these cards. That will do. Right, let's see what animal spirit has for the lovely Libras going into February 21. You've been doing a lot of hard work on yourself here, Libra, so what I will say is cut yourself some slack. And you know, sometimes we can't always be in control of every single part of our lives. We have to just let go sometimes and just trust that it's going to be okay. And I think when we relinquish that control, that the need to not know what is around the corner, it makes our lives so much lighter, so much easier. It's almost self-made, half of our problems, isn't it? I'd say more than half of our problems. It's all in the mind. If we can just free the mind, I think that's it for the animal spirit. What do we have? We've got Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. It certainly is. And as I was saying, we don't necessarily always need to know what's coming towards us. What we need to do is prepare ourselves for change, be open to change, and allow the change to happen. You know, without change there would never be any progress, not in life, not in environment, well, not in any aspect of life. So change is progress. So get ready, Libra, because it's on the way and you've got choices to make. Wow. So my lovely Libras, I'm going to leave it there, but before I do, I'm a bit of a techie dinosaur, according to my friends, and they tell me that if you click the like button, it's really good, because it means my content gets out to more people, and hopefully, you know, the content will help them. So people who are interested in this content will be alerted that there's a message there that could possibly mean something to them. And if you did like the reading, please like, share and subscribe, and I will be here next week with your energy reads. And until then, take care, be kind to yourself and each other. Toodle pip.